In this video, I get to go inside the fences on a photo day at a wildlife park.
Adorama TV presents Take and Make Great Photography with Gavin Hoey, where you'll learn how to take stunning photos and then polish them in post-production. Here's your host, Gavin Hoey.
Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and you're watching Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama, the camera store that has everything for us photographers. And today we've come to the British Wildlife Centre. And we've come on a very special day because this is a day that's closed to the public but open to photographers. So if you're a wildlife photographer, you need skill as a wildlife photographer. You need a fair bit of luck as well, and you need to be in the right location. But if you want to try your hand at wildlife photography, a photo day like this at the British Wildlife Centre is the ideal time to hone your skills and get some wonderful photographs as well. Not only that, but you also get the assistance of people like Tom, who is our keeper here today and is going to help us get some great shots. And we've started here in the red squirrel pen, so let's see if we can get some good photographs. So with the help of a keeper, you can get brilliant shots that otherwise would actually be quite hard to get because these little things are quite shy. But when they know there's some food involved, and the right food, of course, then they're slightly less shy. It's really lovely. So we can actually get really up close to the little squirrel here and actually get some really nice intimate shots, which, if this place was crawling with the public, might be a little bit more challenging, although this guy, I think, would probably be friendly whoever walked through here. Don't run off now, I said that, will you? So there we go, we've got some nice little photographs of the little red squirrels. Needed a bit of patience because they are quite shy animals, but nonetheless, with the help of Tom, our keeper, coaxing them out, we've managed to bag some brilliant photographs. So let's move on to the next location, see what else we can find. So we move round into the fox enclosure, and Tom, our keeper, is busy trying to find the foxes, which are hidden amongst the undergrowth somewhere. But as you can see, possibly, we're actually inside the enclosure. So we're in the part of the enclosure where the public don't normally get to go, and that's why the photo day like this is such a good idea. You get to go inside the enclosure with the animals. Fox is not a vicious animal. Not sure I'd want to try this perhaps with a lion, but hopefully with the fox we'll be okay. So let's see if we can go and find some great pictures of foxes. Now, as far as the gear I'm using today, I'm using my Canon 60D and my 70-200 f2.8. This is a perfect lens for this sort of wildlife day, because normally when you're doing wildlife, you want a 400mm lens, but because we can actually get in so close, we can use a much shorter lens, which is more comfortable, it's more affordable. But if you haven't got a lens like this and you want to get one, then don't forget you can always rent the equipment. Adorama Rentals, for example, will do a great deal on renting the perfect lens for your wildlife shoot. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Hello. So you can see from here I can get some fabulous photographs really up close. Tom's doing a wonderful job bringing them over. They're still running around and they're still being a bit of a challenge to photograph, but not that hard. And I'm getting some great shots. It's just fantastic.
Alice, come on.
So because Tom's got so much control over these to a degree, you can actually bring them in. I've got a few moments just to experiment with different depths of field by changing my aperture. So I'm trying wide open, f3.5, something like that, stopping down to f8, which gives me more depth of field and gives me a different picture.
Alice, come on. Come on. Come on.
Now, it's very tempting to keep stopping and looking at the pictures I've just taken, but this isn't a time for pixel peeping. This is a time for photography. Plenty of time for checking photos later on. Probably not a time for talking to the camera either. Let's take some more photos.
Come on.
Now, as with any kind of photography where you're photographing people or whether you're photographing foxes in this case, the focus needs to be on the eyes. The eyes need to be sharp, they need to be in focus and clear. So that's what I'm focusing on. I've got my camera set to its center only focusing point, and that's on my camera, the 60D, the quickest, fastest, sharpest point to choose. And that I'm going to put right on their eye every time I take the shot. I may just recompose slightly, but I always want that eye pin sharp. So there we go, I've got some great photographs in the bag. Now all I need to do is just take my favourite picture into Photoshop and we'll do a little bit of editing, and we're going to do that